Okay, and we are back for what is either going to be the final episode or the final couple of episodes of Let's Play Remember Me. This game put in one last final nail in its coffin of curse by causing more crashes after I decided I was going to upgrade my video card driver. Apparently not a good idea with this game to upgrade drivers because it stopped working. Anyway, this space where you can jump here in Chapter 1 is actually a place where I missed this. So that is Memorize and the Sin. And I won't be reading these this time around, but I will be showing you, and I believe Founding of Memorize 2012 is what we're looking for here. So pause it if you want to read it. And once again, pause it if you want to read it. I will be back with the next chapter that has something missing. Bye for now. Okay, and we are back in episode 2, and as I keep going on here, I realize that you can't skip any of the cutscenes, which is a pain in the ass. Anyway, what we missed is right here. Very difficult to see. It is Neo-Paris history. Let's go check it out. That would be number 2 here, which is about the regulation of firearms. An interesting one. Pause it if you want to read it. And I'll move on down here. Once again, pause if you want to read. And that seems to be it. We'll be back in a minute when I get to the next thing. Okay, we are in episode 3 here. And it is just down here. A little bit difficult to see, but it's on the ground right there. As you come up here, if you're not looking really close, you may completely miss that it's actually there. But this one is Neo-Paris history. Let's check out what we've got going here. That is number 3, the Leapers appear. Pause if you want to read it. And once again, pause if you want to read it. I'll be back in a bit when we get to the next thing. Alright, our next thing in episode 3 is right here. And there we have it. I'll be right back. Honestly, I have no idea how I missed this one. This one is ridiculously easy to see. It is literally right there. I don't know. Whatever, there it is. Alright, now for the next sacrament. Let's get to it. I'm sure you can hear it by now. And I'm surprised I honestly didn't really listen well enough to hear this. I guess I was moving a little bit fast. Anyway, we'll be back for the next thing. So this one you can see way out there, but I can't hit it right now, and there is a good reason for that. It's actually because this thing over here, if I could manage it, needs to be moved, and that will pull it just close enough that we are capable of hitting it. And there you have it. So here's one of the patches or focus things that I missed. This one's funky. It's very easy to miss, is the thing here, because you can actually jump backwards. How the hell was I supposed to know that? It took me forever to figure this one out. But there you have it. There is a sat patch that we were missing. Okay, here we are in episode 4. There's going to be a turbine here, and easy to miss, but there is a climbable thing right back here. And once we get up here and all the way to the end, here is our new memory. We've got Neo-Paris history here, which is going to be the Global Production Spike 2020. Once again, pause if you want to read it. And that's about it. So this one is kind of easily missed. You might remember that we have to go across this prison room and slowly work our way around all of these bots. If you look over there, there's a bot that is guarding that section, and there's a bot that's guarding this section over here. However, if you get really, really close, without actually getting in there, you might notice that there's this thing. And that is our Sacromech. Nice. Same area where we got our last Sacromech, there is actually another Sacromech after getting past both of these patrolling bots. Just have to head over here and look over the edge. Not particularly easy to find. They hid them really, really well in this level. This one is not easily hidden. I have no idea how I missed this. That's really easy to see. This one's a bit of a pain to get because you have to deal with this thing moving around here. And so you're probably trying to not get hit by this thing while you're running around. So, yeah, that one I can see why it would be easy to miss because I'm paying attention to other things. Anyway, until the next one. So, interestingly, Scarecrow's watchful eye has a Sacromech of its own. And there we have it. That is definitely a very difficult one to see or get. Sheesh. Upon secondary inspection, this thing has two Sacromechs on it. There's one right up there. Yeah. They really like to crunch these into small spots, but I suppose this is a really good spot to hide them because I didn't really think to look at this thing, so I decided to stare at it for a while once I figured out that there was stuff on it. Definitely should have heard this one, I think. Yeah. That's a pretty easy one to find, and somehow I didn't. Whatever. Got it now. You guys remember the fake-out memory from Madame? Well, it turns out that not only is there the fake-out memory going on here, but there's also two Sacromechs in these side sections here. One over there, and if we head around to the other side, one over here too. There we have it. I'll be back when I find the next thing. So, after you defeat Madame, there is actually a memory in here, and while I think I should have gotten this, apparently I didn't. Anyways, this is a Memorize and the Sin one. Let's go check it out. It is the Globalization of Sin. Feel free to pause if you want to read. And once again, feel free to pause if you want to read. Okay, so here we are at the beginning of episode 5. We have to head back into here, if it'll let us. Okay. Dylan apparently doesn't want to do it. I have no idea why, but, you know. It is what it is. But down here we have a Sacromech towards the ceiling. That is our first Sacromech of the area. So at some point in episode 5, you're going to find yourself climbing up a crane here. As soon as you get to the top, you are capable of moving the crane around, and you probably are already seeing it. In fact, you probably saw it while I was doing the play, but I did not see that there was a Sacromech over here. Be back with the next thing. So during the chase scene with Captain Trace, there's actually something to find. I probably should have been looking for it, but, you know, it seems so epic. You just want to keep going. So right as things fall, if you turn around right here, there's actually something to find. A Neo-Paris landmark. Let's go check out what that looks like. So that's Memorize HQ here. Pause and read if you like. And that seems to be it. I'll see you when we find the next thing. I'm pretty sure this one actually appeared during the gameplay, and I just passed it up anyway. There was a couple of those during the videos where I was like, oh man, there was one right there, but I didn't see it. But yeah, it's right on through here and right around the corner. I'm rather sure that this even showed up on screen. Anyway, we've got a Neo Paris VIP here. Let's go check that one out. I believe that that will be Scylla Cartier-Wells here. Go ahead and pause it if you'd like to read it. And once again, pause it if you'd like to read it. I'll see you when we approach the next thing. Our next one in episode 5 is when we are climbing down this red pipe here into another nice little window over here with some funky music. I have no idea how I managed to miss this one, but it's here. Anyways, this is a Memorize and the Sin one. And that should be the first military application here. Pause if you want to read. And pause if you want to read. I'll see you at the next thing. We are currently at the very beginning of episode 6. And there is a very simple to miss and very easy to find at the same time sacrament right over here, if you don't happen to climb up this way for whatever reason. That's our first of the chapter. So, long ago and far away, there was a sacrament in here, and there's also one that you can hear while you're next to Bad Request's cell over there before it gets pulled out of this room, which is a little bit hard to see from here. But there we have it. So I'm pretty sure I would have found this sat patch eventually, but the game didn't let me go back. So we already know about this sat patch, we just didn't get to get it.
Hang in there, Bad. I'm almost there.
Surprisingly, it's right on down here, and it was just in a corner that I didn't really investigate too well. I should have looked a little bit harder. Anyway, here's this sat patch. And that gives us another chunk of health. Sweet. After a battle with a bunch of guys, when it is revealed that Johnny Greenteeth is the invisible guy that's been following you around, you'll check out this chair that's out of order, and you'll be able to see that there's a sacrament behind it. I have no idea how we missed that, but there it is. Anyway, we'll be back for the next thing in a little bit. Welcome to episode 7. At some point you will be battling in a hall with 2 guys down here, and there's a sacrament that will be at the end of this hallway. Of course, we found that in the main playthrough. What we didn't find, for whatever reason, was this window washer and what's next to him. I have no idea why we didn't find that. This is Neo Paris history here. Let's go check out what it is. This is the Deluge 2.0. As always, feel free to pause if you want to read it. And once again, feel free to pause if you want to read it. I'm sure you all remember when we were chasing Trace and his crazed mind through here, and we went through there and couldn't come back, much like a lot of parts of this game. But if you do go through here to this nice little private party area, and avoid all of these things flying around, you'll see that there is something sitting on this piano over here. And not only that, but there is also a memory over here to find, which is Memorize and the Sin. Let's go check out what that one is. That one is going to be Sin 6, Response to the Memo Criminals. Feel free to pause as always if you want to read. And once again, pause if you want to read. Just after a big battle with a bunch of guys, you'll find this fire door here. And up these stairs, you'll see this guy moving around. You may see in the distance over there that there is a sacrament. That is the one that we're going after right now. And there we have it. Just gotta get out of the way of this thing, and you'll be all good. So just after you've defeated a couple of mourners, you'll be able to go through here and grab this sprinkler thing. Normally you'd be using this to go up a ladder, but there is something else. In fact, this right here shows you all about it with the fire door and fire exit. Honestly, I'm not sure how I missed this one because the fire door is literally right in front of you and there's the fire exit. And now if we go through here, here is our final focus boost of the game. Nice. So we have the final bit of our focus boost here, and for whatever reason it doesn't wrap all the way around with the health. I thought it would, but I'm a little disappointed. You know, it is what it is though. Still, having 4 chunks, that's really, really good. Anyway, we'll be back for the next thing. You know, I could have sworn that we got this one, but I don't know. Anyway, you'll find Trace freaking out over here, and right here on this desk is another memory. I swear we got that one, but I guess not. Anyway, this is a Neo-Paris landmark, and it is the Mepherique. I don't know. I swear we got this one. Anyway, pause if you want to read it. And pause if you want to read it. So, much like I thought, as soon as you start to hear this thing and you can kind of see it through these little cubes, some of the stuff behind you will move around and give you the ability to go and see it a little bit closer. Now, to actually do this, you just need to make sure that it's visible on your camera. If it's not visible while you're walking into here, you will be unable to do anything with your gun here, and sometimes the camera will be kind of funky. If it is funky, you just have to walk back out and try and angle your camera up as you're coming in. And that, my friends, is the last sacramech of the game. Perhaps we will go and see what we have unlocked from that. So I'll probably just tack this on the end of the video with all the stuff that we were gathering, but we have made it to 100% now, so we should have a few more things unlocked. Going through this story another time, I'd say that the story makes a little extra sense now. And I'd also say that Scylla kind of seems like perhaps she was angry more at the father than she was at Nilin, and Nilin was just a constant reminder of the fact that her memory was erased and the father wanted to erase the memory of the mother, and that was just her reasoning for being angry, maybe not blaming Nilin. I don't know. One way or another, this all hinges on Nilin disobeying Edge at the very end and allowing them to open the gate, which is ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever how it works, because Edge literally is saying, make sure you break him, pretty much, and then she's like, no, I'm not going to break him, I'm going to go ahead and save him. So, yeah, the story is very disjointed. It's not well done, and then not only that, but people like Trace in this game, they're not very well developed characters when they really should be, because they're important enemies in this game, but they're just not given enough time to develop. It's sad, really, because this actually is a fun game. I played through it again, and while the combat is repetitive, I did enjoy it a second time. It may not have much replayability to it because it's very linear, but it was still a fairly fun game to play. So, the real question here is, would I recommend this game to someone? Yes and no. And the no part is if you don't have a strong enough computer, or if you're not playing this on console. This game is ridiculous for requirements. It lags horribly on computers that are not powerful enough, and mine is very powerful, and it still had issues. So, you know, what can I say? I think the audio issues that were experienced during the gameplay here were actually based on recording the game rather than the game itself, because the second time playing through where I was not recording the entire time, I never had an audio issue appear. So, guessing it's a combination of recording and the game. But other than glitching and all the strange disjointedness, this is a pretty fun game. It's worth playing. Probably more worth playing on console than it is worth playing here. I'm guessing that things are still locked right now because I haven't gotten all the achievements for the game. I think I've got like 38 out of 50, and these probably unlock with the rest of the achievements, so sadly, this is what we're going to see of it. If you want to see more of this, you are going to have to 100% this game to find out what is going on with the rest of this stuff. But I hope you've enjoyed what I have been able to show during this playthrough. I know I've enjoyed playing this game, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Anyway, bye for now.